Hey everyone, it's Comic Artist Pro Secrets. I am Ethan Van Sciver, 26-year veteran of the comic book industry, world's most charming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man. And I'm not gonna say the second part of that like I normally do. I'm not gonna say great big Star Wars fan today. No, I hate having to make this video. I'm making this video just low tech. I'm not going to put a lot of production into this one. I just want to speak my heart, and I want to tell you where I stand because I always try to do that, with you guys. My sub count has grown. You guys have stuck with me through thick and thin. We've gone through an awful lot in the 1 year and 3 months that this channel has been active, and I've got to tell you something. I have never before supported a boycott of Lucasfilm, Disney Lucasfilm Star Wars, ever. People talk about the boycott. I say, well, do what you want, but I'm never going to come out for the boycott because, people should be able to go see these movies and enjoy them if they want to. I don't want any groupthink here. I don't want any of that. And it's been something that I've been kind of lighthearted about, but that's gone now, and I've never been so angry with Star Wars in my entire life, and I've been a Star Wars fan since 1977. I saw it at age 3. It has been in my heart. I love the original 3 movies. I love the Ewok movies on TV. I've learned to love the holiday special. I watch it twice a year, believe it or not. Once with riff tracks and once just by itself. I've watched the prequels over and over. I love the prequels, and I'm tolerating the Disney movies up to a certain degree, as best as I can. They annoy me. What Disney is doing annoys me. I think they have dark souls at this point. I think they do not understand Star Wars, and yet, even still, I'm a Star Wars fan who spends about $400 a month in merchandise, and that includes Disney merchandise and old collectibles. I put my money where my mouth is. I am a fan and a valuable customer of Star Wars, and I always have been, and I thought I always would be. But no, I'm not going to be. I am calling now for a boycott of Disney Lucasfilm because of what they're doing to Star Wars Theory. Star Wars Theory, here's my pencil. Star Wars Theory is a big YouTube channel. They're much bigger than my channel, okay? They have, I think he said he's got 1.4 million subscribers, but he's been kind to the Phantom Menace. The Phantom Menace has, he's befriended a few of us, and I don't know him. I've never spoken to him, but this absolutely breaks my heart. This shows you what's happened to him. Shows you exactly where Disney is, where Disney Lucasfilm is with the fan community. At odds. They're at odds with us, angry and resentful. And I didn't want to see it before. I didn't want to really fully admit it and just kind of go with it. But, all right, look, here's what happened. Star Wars Theory put all of his money into a fan fiction Darth Vader movie series, okay? Very expensive. Before he did that, he asked Lucasfilm if there was going to be trouble. Can I make a fan fiction movie? There have always been Star Wars fan fiction movies, always. Okay, they've existed for a long, long time, and I believe George Lucas was even a judge. There were contests for best Star Wars fan fiction movies. So poor Star Wars Theory decides he's going to go ahead and take Lucasfilm at their word when they give him permission to make this film. From what I understand, he made the film. And he puts it up on YouTube. Now, the question is, how do we get music? How do we get music for the backdrop? He actually hired an orchestra to perform something that was, from what I understand, loosely based around the original Star Wars music, but it was wholly original. Nevertheless, when his work, his hard work, which demonstrated, it was like a Valentine to Star Wars and to George Lucas and everything that he's pledged his entire life to. When he put it up there, the fans responded in kind. I saw it. It was excellent. He did a great job, and I'm not alone in thinking that. 6 million people watched his movie and loved it and were talking about it. And you know what? He didn't monetize it. He wasn't asking for money for it. He actually had it demonetized, or he didn't monetize it at all. Obviously, you know, he's ethical when it comes to this, and it is, you know, it was done, I think, on the up and up and with the permission and knowledge of Lucasfilm. But for some reason, Lucasfilm Music came in and struck the video, gave him a copyright strike based on similarity to the orchestrated and original, almost wholly originally composed music for his video. They gave him a copyright strike, and they took over the video, and they monetized it for themselves. And to this date, they have made $80,000 off of his video. Oh, by the way, that's more than Solo, a Star Wars story, made. My feeling on this, let me just say one more thing about it. Let me just give you one more piece of information. He considered maybe fighting the strike, contesting it, maybe getting a lawyer. Disney actually said, if you do that, if you argue with us, if you contest this strike, we are going to see to it that YouTube pulls your entire channel down. Now, that is a mouse fighting an elephant. That is, you know, Star Wars theory. You know, what do you do? What do? You do nothing. You back down. That's what you do. He's just an individual on YouTube, a big Star Wars fan. He put all of his heart and his money into this movie for his own amusement and for the enjoyment of Star Wars fans. And Disney, with the weight of the world, came down on him like a ton of bricks. I am dispirited. I am furious. I'm sad. I didn't really want to think that these people were capable of doing this. I demand, on behalf of you know, any fans that are willing to let me speak for them, I demand an apology to Star Wars Theory from Disney. Let go of the strike. Stop threatening him. Apologize to him. This was an opportunity for Disney to really make things right. To make things right with the fans. There's a lot of division. There have been a lot of accusations all last year. You spent all last year calling the fans toxic, telling us that we harass the actors and actresses, the participants in Star Wars, that we bully them, that we're toxic and ruining Star Wars, that we've ruined Star Wars, not you. These are lies. This is not the way to treat the fan base. And this right here was an opportunity for Disney to maybe heal some of that divide. By throwing a little support, a little attaboy, wouldn't it have been nice to send a nice note to Star Wars Theory, telling him that you guys really enjoyed his hard work and the movie was pretty good and keep at it and, you know, whatever, signed by everyone at Lucasfilm. That would have been the right thing to do. He's got 1.4 million subscribers. He would have told us all, and we would have all been appreciative of that. I mean, instead you do this. Instead, you come down on him and try to crush him, monetize his video, take from him, punish him for his fandom. And I wonder what he thinks right now. I wonder what Star Wars Theory thinks about all this. I wonder if he still feels as close to Star Wars as he did before. And I'll bet he does. Because that's what kind of a fan he is. What kind of people are you? Apologize to this super fan. Take your foot off of his neck. Apologize to him. Apologize to your fans. Don't do this again. In the meantime, until that happens, I am not spending one solitary cent on Star Wars stuff. And it's going to be hard. If you could see my office, sometimes I let you see my studio. It's full of Star Wars stuff. I'm not spending one more dime on Star Wars. I'm not watching any of the movies on TV, on Netflix, anything like that. I'm not going to the movies. I am not going to subscribe to the Disney Plus channel like I had planned. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm furious, absolutely furious at the treatment of this man. Get it together, Disney. Get it together. The boycott is in effect.